day 2 of the Wyoming American Legion State Baseball Tournament. It's been great thus far with 6 games under our belts, and we've got a few more coming. And when the East swept yesterday, that means we've got all East matchups for the rest of the day in the winner's bracket. So why don't we start by doing this from the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios. We'll start by pulling up the bracket on the winner's side. Take a look at what our 2 matchups are this afternoon. It starts off with Cheyenne Sheridan. That's the game that's coming up in just about 10 minutes. And then Gillette-Laramie will be the nightcap. That one will have first pitch at 7 p.m. Again, all East winner's bracket semifinals. And just a reminder from the loser's bracket, here's what went down as we take a look at that. Casper beat Jackson. The Giants are eliminated, and Evanston got past Rock Springs as the Stallions are eliminated as well. So Casper and Evanston moving on, waiting for the losers of the games that we've got throughout the rest of the afternoon. And again, we're going to get you ready for Cheyenne Sheridan in just a little bit. But first, let's take a look back at what happened earlier today. We'll start it out with the 10 a.m. game. Evanston leading things off for the second day in a row, this time again against Rock Springs. And elimination at stake, trying to stay alive, these 2 teams. And Evanston, they went to work early. Put up a 1 run in the bottom of the first with a Jagger Mitchell sacrifice fly that you can see there. Then Hank Allred would come back with an RBI of his own in the bottom of the second, just an inning later, to build that Evanston lead up to 3-0. And the Outlaws defense, boy, were they good today. Ashton Eldridge, 4 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, just 3 hits allowed, and a shutout through his start. Derek McDonald would also have an RBI single. Ashton Eldridge would add a single of his own. And then Gus Allred got in on the fun just a little bit later as well. Clayton Moyles, by the way, we don't have any highlights of him, but he went 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs, and he came around to score twice as well. Here's that Gus Allred play I was talking about. He gets the RBI triple, brings in a run, and then off to the races as he slides into the third bag. The throw gets away. Allred with the heads-up move to get up and hustle home. Kind of a quasi-inside the park home run. Outlaws win it by the final of 13-0 out there at Cowboy Field in Laramie. They advance to tomorrow, and they'll play at 4 p.m. tomorrow, as they'll await the loser of that Gillette-Laramie matchup. But the Outlaws, they live to fight another day. Rock Springs will have their season come to a close. Game 2 of the day, this was the 1 o'clock start time. Casper and Jackson. The Casper offense. Can we say enough good things about the way that they performed today? Both these teams coming off of close games yesterday, and Casper, they bounced back in a huge way. There's a ground out by Pickett. Caden Wilcox would have a sacrifice fly. This is all in the first inning as Casper jumps out to an early 2-0 lead. There are a bunch of highlights here, so stick with us. Brayton Barr with a 2 RBI double and extra base hits. Lots of those for this Oilers team as they go on to win 23-1. There's a Cole Douglas home run, his 7th of the season and the 2nd of the tournament. It was pretty much all Casper from there on out. Let's bring it back live to the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios. Again, the final score in that one, 23-1. Casper knocks off Jackson. Casper is still alive with 1 loss as well. After the evening is over, we'll have 2 teams who have no losses, and we'll also have 2 teams with 1 loss each. We're going to get an in-depth look at that Cheyenne versus Sheridan matchup that's coming up in just a few minutes, but we're going to take a break first. We'll hear from the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition, and then we'll bring it right back here to the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
I'm Officer Kevin Malatesta, Public Information Officer for the Cheyenne Police Department. Cheyenne Police Department for the May mobilization is really looking for people who aren't seatbelted in their cars. It's a secondary violation in Wyoming, but as we make traffic stops for speeding, cell phones, whatever it may be, we're going to be looking to make sure that people have their seatbelts on. As we've gone over, seatbelts do save lives, and way too many people in Wyoming aren't wearing them. We want to make sure that people get home, get get home safely, get to see their families again. So if they're involved in a car accident and that seatbelt is on, there's a much higher likelihood of that person making it through that accident, making it through without injuries even. When we have crashes without seatbelts, the consequences are much more severe.
Live once again in a warm buckle up for Life Wyoming studios. Just fan myself up here as we get ready to talk about what's going to be a very good game, Cheyenne versus Sheridan. Let's take a look at how these two teams got here in the winners bracket semifinals. Cheyenne with the victory yesterday over Rock Springs, final of 12-0 in that one. Sheridan knocked off Evanston 9-2 in the first game of the day. So that's how they move on to face off against each other again. That game will get going in about 4 minutes out of Cowboy Field in Laramie. Let's go back live to the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios. This is a conference game. These teams have met quite a few times throughout the season, 6 times to be exact. Cheyenne wins all 6 of those matchups. Scores like 5-2, 11-2, and 11-0. There have been a couple close games as well, 9-7 and 9-5. And you can kind of throw all that out the window because this is the state tournament. Crazier things have happened. We'll see if Sheridan can pull off their first victory against Cheyenne in the most meaningful game that those two have played against each other thus far this year. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Let's roll the tape because these are a couple of teams that have had some really good results over the course of the season. 2 teams out of the AA East Conference. Cheyenne 64-17 to close out the regular season. Sheridan went 42-21. Keldon Hastings for the Sixers yesterday. 5 RBIs in that win over Rock Springs. It was a run rule victory for the Sixers. He helped out with that, hitting the first home run of the tournament as well, and that was a no-doubter out to left field. You're going to see that in just a few moments. So again, some conference opponents going head-to-head at this point in the tournament makes it extra fun because we're seeing teams that have gotten to know each other pretty well. Yeah, there's that home run by Keldon Hastings as we take a look at some of these Cheyenne highlights. You can see he saw that ball pretty well, and we saw it go way over the fence out there in left field. So I'm already looking forward to this game. Again, the start time is at 4 p.m., so in just a couple of minutes. Scheduled to start on the mound for these two teams, Onisto for Cheyenne and Stone for Sheridan. Couple of good pitchers going at it, but also you can kind of see Cheyenne might be playing the long game. They are the clear-cut favorites in this tournament, and we'll see if that comes back to bite them or if it works out well. We haven't seen Bradley Feaser yet. He is obviously the top pitcher here in Wyoming, so I'm excited to see him and see how Cheyenne uses that very deep pitching staff as well. Sheridan, they've got a shot in this game. They most definitely do, and it's going to be a good one. We're going to send you out to the field in just a couple of moments. Elon Olive and Grant Storbo will have the call for that game, and it's just game 3 of a 4-game day. We've still got a whole another game coming after this as Laramie and Gillette will face off in the nightcap. Before we go, quick check-in with the single A guys. They are in their semifinal portion. Only one team has no losses at this point. That's the Cubs of Cody. They'll play at 4 p.m. Level and Cheyenne went head-to-head at 1. Cheyenne got the victory, so they booked their spot in the championship round. Cody and Wheatland. Cody will already be there. Wheatland trying to stay alive, and maybe there'll be 3 teams remaining at the end of the day. We'll find out as Wheatland and Cody have to face off first. All right, Cheyenne and Sheridan. That's coming up shortly. It is the winners bracket semifinals between the Sixers and the Troopers. Enjoy, and we'll talk to you guys after the game.
And we welcome you to Cowboy Field live from the semifinal game number 1 of the winners bracket. Winner of this game will play the winner of Laramie and Gillette at 7 o'clock tomorrow at Cowboy Field. And the loser will take on the Casper Oilers, who just put the fear in all the teams in the Cowboy State. Elon Olive alongside Grant Storbo here live from Cowboy Field. And Grant, impressions from post 6 game 1 win over the Rock Springs Sand Puppies. While you do that, I'm gonna adjust the cameras. Are just out of frame is the head of Hunter Stone. So I'm
'Kay.
going to fix that. You give us impressions on this matchup.
I'll take the reins on this matchup. Going back to yesterday's game, the post 6 Sixers got off to a slow start, ended up winning the game after the grand slam by Keldon Hastings put the 10-run rule in effect. And I think that it was maybe just a little bit early. They were trying to get all of their ducks in a row early on in that game, especially offensively. They were just struggling early on, not making great contact. Really started to swing it well towards the end of that game, but it's going to be a much taller task against Hunter Stone. Hunter Stone taking the ball and going for the Sheridan Troopers to get things going in this one. We'll go around the field for the Troopers. In left field, it's Cody Kilpatrick, Carter Dubberly in center. Right field, there's Rich Hall. Around the infield for the Troopers, it's Michael Greer, at third, Cole Hamrick at short, Trevor Stowe at second, Caden Steele at first. Dalton Nelson is going to be doing the catching behind the dish. This is how the Sixers are going to attack Hunter Stone. Julian Romero, Dom Lopez, Coulter McAnally. First three to face Stone: Zach Kostopoulos, Mason Tafoya, Keldon Hastings. The middle third of that lineup and the bottom third, Hayden Swain, Caden Anderson, and Ty Lobmeyer. The only change for Ty Lane's Sixers is Ty Lobmeyer at third base, batting ninth instead of Fisher Brown. Everything else the same for the Sixers.
Thank you so much, Grant Storbo. Hunter Stone comes into this postseason start as probably one of the top pitchers, if not the probably number 3 man for Sheridan. 46 innings pitched, a perfect 7-0 record. 36 strikeouts to 16 walks. First pitch is a strike. It's thrown at 4:01 p.m.
Always good when it gets going on time.
Pretty close. 1-0, way away from Romero.
Romero, we saw yesterday the one pitch out to lead off the game, taking some pitches early on in this one.
And the pitch. That one outside and low in ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. I want to thank you so much for joining us on mylocalradio.com. Every game of the 2021 AA State Tournament on mylocalradio.com. And this one, a chopper down the third base line. Great grab by Greer. Throw to first. In time for out number 1.
That was a heck of a play by Greer. He was kind of having a fight with that base. I thought it was maybe one of those ones that was going to turn foul, but he backhanded it, set his feet, fired across to get Romero. He runs well. That was a good play.
So that's a 5-3 ground out to begin the game for Hunter Stone. I'll bring up Dom Lopez. Dom in the season. Well, we'll talk about his stats next time, as this will be a ground ball second baseman. Throw is in and out of the glove of Caden Steele at first, and reaching on the air is going to be Lopez.
Yeah, shortstop Cole Hamrick did everything, or Cale Hamrick, I should say, not Cole. Did everything right there, just left the throw a little short. Steele couldn't pick it out of the dirt, and that's how the first base runner of the game reaches safely.
Here comes the first of those 2 towers. The 3-4 men in this Cheyenne lineup is a real 1-2 punch. It's Coulter McAnally. McAnally with a .371 average, 3 home runs, 59 RBIs on the season for the second-year AA starter. First pitch to McAnally inside, ball 1. Grant, we saw a bit of a slow start from post 6 in that win against Rock Springs. Is that something they can afford to do against a Sheridan Troopers team like this?
I don't think so. This is a Sheridan team that has played post 6 really tough. They've had some really good games. Had a game go into extras in one of the conference games up in Sheridan. So this is 2 teams that have had some very good games this year. You're going to have to get going much earlier than the 3rd, 4th inning like we saw yesterday against Rock Springs.
You heard Cullen Holt in the Buckle Up for Wyoming pregame show talking about previous matchups. 5-0 in favor of Cheyenne post 6 in the 2021 season. 1 ball, 1 strike to Coulter McAnally, and he'll send this one to deep right field. Hall camps out under it, makes the catch on the run, 2 down.
First baseman, Zach Kostopoulos.
That'll bring up the overwhelming favorite to be player of the year in Wyoming, Zach Kostopoulos. Listen to these numbers, Grant Storbo. A .403 batting average, 10 home runs, 6 triples, 100 hits and 101 RBIs.
Yeah, I was talking with Post 6 assistant Gary Harley, and Zach Kostopoulos is starting to flirt with some Post 6 records that a lot of people didn't think would get touched for a long time.
What a pitch by Stone. Nice breaking ball that kind of made Kostopoulos think about what to do there. Runner on first, by the way, is Dom Lopez, and throw back to first to check up on him. 2 down after a fly out by McAnally and a ground out by Julian Romero to lead the game off. Cheyenne, the number 1 seed in the East, lost the coin flip, so the number 3 seed in the East, Sheridan, will be the visiting team. This one is short into right field. Dive by Hall makes it drop, and it's runners on the corners for Post 6.
And that one, normally when Kostopoulos gets his base hits, he barrels them. That one was kind of a blooper, and playing back on the cleanup hitter Kostopoulos was Rich Hall in right field, and he made a heck of an effort at it, just couldn't quite get there.
Mason Tafoya, the center fielder, steps in. Mason with a .345 batting average. He's the number 5 guy in the lineup for Coach Ty Lane. Runners on the corners. Runner on third is Dom Lopez. Runner on first is Kostopoulos. First pitch in there for strike 1. Tafoya comes in with 47 RBIs. RBI 48, standing 90 feet away potentially in the form of Dom Lopez. This one right up the middle, right into the glove of Cale Hamrick. Throws it on to second for the easy out to get Kostopoulos. Nothing across. So far, so good for Sheridan. We'll see what the defense of the top team in the state has in store when we come back on a first bank, or excuse me, at the 2021 AA State Tournament on mylocalradio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Bottom of the first inning, and we'll introduce you to the Cheyenne Post 6 pitcher. That is Travis Onisto. Comes in 40 and 2/3 innings pitched. A 2-2 record, but perfect on saves. 1 for 1. 66 strikeouts to 22 walks. A 1.89 ERA.
Travis, the southpaw, he can really get things going for the Sixers on the mound. He can have some really good starts. He's another college returner. We saw Garrett Oswald, the other college returner, get the start yesterday for the Sixers. Onisto, the other guy, he was a JUCO guy as well, played at Colby Community College, showed up a little late this year, but he's been tough as nails on opponents. And we'll go through this Post 6 defense. Julian Romero in left, Mason Tafoya in center, Dom Lopez playing right. Around the infield, it's Ty Lobmeyer at third. That's the only change from yesterday's game. Coulter McAnally at short, Kelton Hastings at second, Zach Kostopoulos at first, and Caden Anderson doing the catching for Onisto. Going to be Dubberly, Greer, and Kilpatrick due up for the Troopers.
Carter Dubberly batting. Sorry, I was looking at the pitching stats. Carter Dubberly batting .320 in the leadoff spot. Left-handed batter, and the first pitch, that one fouled for strike 1. And how important of an at-bat, if you can get the leadoff man against Onisto, is it?
It just helps so much. It helps an offense so much when you can get a guy on with nobody out. So many more things open up. You can play small ball if you want. You can let your guys swing away. And against a guy like Onisto, you don't get a ton of opportunities with guys on base.
This one, slow roller to the second baseman. Throw by Hastings in time for out number 1.
And that's an area where Travis Onisto is just so tough on left-handed hitters. His ball has some serious movement on it, and he can get right in on the hands, and that's what happened against Dubberly there. Dubberly just couldn't get out in front of that ball.
Michael Greer with a .342 batting average steps into the right-handed side of the batter's box. 43 RBIs for the Sheridan Trooper. First pitch, down low in the dirt. Good stop by Anderson. Nobody on, so it's not a clutch stop situation. Outfield playing a little bit interesting. Center fielder Mason Tafoya shaded over to right. A lot of real estate between center field and right field. This one, fly ball into deep right field. Tracking it down is Dom Lopez for out number 2, just shy of the warning track.
Great poke.
That was a good swing by Michael Greer, but Dom Lopez had him played pretty well. Almost got himself turned around just a little bit, but caught it just before the warning track out in right field. Good play by both guys.
That'll bring up the number 3 man, Cody Kilpatrick, .395 for the left fielder. So we've had a ground out and a fly out in the game. Nobody on. 2 down to Kilpatrick. First pitch outside, ball 1. Next one inside. 2 balls, no strikes to Kilpatrick. If he gets on, that'll bring up Trevor Stowe, the second baseman, who had the win on the mound in round 1 against the Evanston Outlaws. The 2-0 on the way. Misses just barely. So a hitter's count. You expect Kilpatrick's going to hold all the way on this one. The pitch. That one finds the zone. And I feel like against a pitcher like Onisto, on that 3-0 count, it's almost a guarantee that it's going to go to 3-1 if you hold up.
Absolutely. He's too good. He's not going to walk guys on 4 straight pitches very often, but he does there.
3-1 goes down, and it's going to be a 2-out base runner for Sheridan. I'll bring up Trevor Stowe, the second baseman. Sorry, I didn't mean to start you there.
You're good.
Trevor Stowe comes in with a .408 batting average and leads the team with 65 RBIs. Runner on first, 2 down. As Onisto will go from the stretch for the first time, delivers this one, fly ball into shallow center field. Tafoya running up. It's going to drop in no man's land between Tafoya and McAnally. Runner moves over, and that'll bring up Dalton Nelson, the catcher.
And that was kind of very similar to that single that Zach Kostopoulos had in the first inning, where he didn't get all of it, but just placed it perfectly right in front of the outfielder. 2 on. With 2 outs in this inning, Troopers have a chance to score first.
.346 average for the left-handed hitting Dalton Nelson, who's the catcher. Don't see that very often. First pitch to Nelson, hits him, and the bases are loaded. Oh, how the tide has changed in this first inning.
Go, Rich!
Now Onisto getting himself into a little bit of trouble with the control, the walk to Kilpatrick. Now the hit by pitch and Nelson, and the bases are loaded for the Troopers.
Rich Hall, the right fielder, comes in. First pitch to Hall, beautiful cutting fastball for strike 1 on Onisto. Hall comes in, looking for him on the stat sheet. There you are. .336 average as he fouls off the 0-1. 0-2. Hall with 30 RBIs, a chance to inflate that number a little bit here. Bases loaded, 2 down, but an 0-2 count. Got to stay alive if you're Hall. The pitch, up high, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, a lot of times Onisto likes to go up high. You see some guys go outside. Onisto likes to challenge guys up around the hands on 0-2.
Runner on first is Nelson. Stowe on second. Kilpatrick on third. The 1-2 to Hall. Check. Thought about going, but it's down low. Ballerina count 2-2.
Yeah, and this is an important one for Onisto. You want to get him coming out here. You don't want to start these runners with 2 outs getting into a full count situation.
Onisto will go from the windup, taking his time in the offering. This one right up the middle, on of the glove of Onisto, throws to first in time to recover it. and no runs come across. Anisto shows his experience, doesn't panic when the ball goes off of his glove, and we're no score after the first. This is the 2021 AA State Tournament on mylocalradio.com.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
The importance of saving and learning how to use money wisely can be taught from a very young age. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we offer youth accounts to help kids learn to save, borrow, and spend responsibly. Our youth accounts are special, just like the kids in our community. Check out our See You Grow, See You Learn, and See You Prosper accounts for kids 0 to 18. These accounts are great to start managing finances. Open a youth account today for $1. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
Get base runners. When that happens, you're gonna come through eventually.
Keldon Hastings, who hit the walk-off grand slam, fouls that one off of his foot possibly for strike one.
Hastings, a guy that has some sneaky power. He doesn't look very strong, but he's put some serious work in the weight room on his body over the last 2 years. He looks a lot different than sophomore Keldon Hastings that I remember.
Well, obviously he's got some power. It's 360
yeah.
down the left field line, 400 to center field, and he went over that 360 left field wall to end the game yesterday.
Yeah, he must have ate his Wheaties yesterday morning because I didn't think he quite got enough of that one, but he got it out of here.
Got up in the stratosphere, and it just took off. 0-2 way inside. Keldon has to duck out of the way. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hunter Stone throwing a pretty good game thus far. Only the second inning, so we don't want to overreact. But from what we've seen early in this one, this promises to be a great matchup. 1-2 on the way. This one fly ball into right field. Rich Hall thought about running through it, but puts on the brakes, runs back. It's through, though, on the ground. Hall can't get there. And advancing to second on the error is Hastings.
Yeah, that was one where Hall was under and he just couldn't quite decide which direction he wanted to catch it with his glove, and he ended up not catching it at all. We'll see. That's the second error of the game for the Troopers, so they're going to need to clean up the defensive side of the ball just a little as this one goes on.
Hayden Swain, 275 batting average, 45 RBIs when he's got a runner in scoring position. As Stone will go from the stretch, the righty sets at the belt, the delivery inside, ball 1.
Hayden Swain, a guy, he's one of the young guns on this Sixer squad, getting his first year on the varsity, and he's taken advantage of it. Very good last year on the Hawks, and he has made the jump very easily.
Cheyenne, the second closest team, as that one rides inside and tags Swain on the back. Second closest team in geography to Laramie, and they've got a good contingent here rooting them on.
Yeah, nice easy drive over the hill. Not so easy in the winter, but it's perfect in July.
I did that drive during basketball season.
Oof.
You are absolutely right. Not an easy drive in the winter.
Heck, half the time the road's not even open. See if Caden Anderson squares around a bunt here. He's gonna.
And that one perfectly down the third base line. Runners are gonna advance, and Anderson out-hustles the play. Bases loaded for post 6. That's a That's a single.
That's just a perfect bunt, exactly where you want it with guys on first and second. You want to make the third baseman field it. That's exactly what Anderson did in the bottom of this order, getting things going here in the second.
If I was quicker on the replay button, we would show that to you again because that was beautifully placed down the third base line. And Swain just out-hustled it. Ty Lobmeyer, you mentioned he didn't get the start yesterday, but Coach Lane likes him. He's in the number 9 spot with a .250 batting average. First pitch in the zone, strike one.
And Ty's a grinder at the plate. Third base has been a little bit of a position of by committee this season between Lobmeyer, Brown, and Rodriguez.
Nobody down, and the bases are loaded. And this one, a chopper at the second baseman. It swallows up Trevor Stowe. He still recovers to throw out the runner at first, but the run scores. And post 6 draws first blood. It's 1-0 here in the top of the second. Runners in scoring position as they only take one off of first.
Yeah, that was a good job by Lobmeyer, just put that thing in play. And another bobble by this Sheridan defense, so they're still struggling just a little bit in the field early on.
Romero grounded out to the third baseman last time up. Stone needs an out. He steps off the mound and gets ready to go. And the delivery. This one, fly ball, foul over the third base line, strike one.
Bottom of this post 6 lineup all season long. I've seen it time and time and again doing these games. They've just done such a good job of getting on base and turning it over to the top hitters in this lineup, and that's why some of these top hitters like Kostopoulos and Lopez and McAnally have such high RBI counts on the year.
Yeah. Kostopoulos in triple digits on RBI. That does not happen at American Legion Baseball very much at all.
No, you have to be uber productive to cross that 100 RBI mark, and he's just been a hit machine all year long.
Romero, the left-handed hitting left fielder, 0 for 1 with a ground out to the third baseman. This one goes foul down the first base line, and everybody go back to where you were. It'll be an 0-2 count yet again. A strikeout would be big if you're Hunter Stone. Take away so much, as it is only 1-0, and you would like to keep it that way if you are the Troopers. The 0-2 on the way. This one fouled over the third base line, and you got to like Julian Romero kind of dialing down on the timing and staying alive in this at-bat. It feels like it's been 0-2 for quite a while now.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job. Stone's throwing some very good pitches, some tough ones on hitters, but Romero's just spoiling them, waiting for the mistake that Stone may make.
0-2. This one popped up high into the Bermuda Triangle of right field, or left field. Cody Kilpatrick comes in, and tagging up is the runner on third. The runner on third, Keldon Hastings and Hayden Swain, sorry. He scores, and it's 2-0. And Dom Lopez will get a runner on second. 2 down for the Sixers. But they're starting to come alive offensively. How much of a wake-up call do you think they got in that game against Rock Springs? Not coming alive until that 4th inning.
You know, I think that it really, honestly, maybe helped them a little bit. You know, they ended up 10 running Rock Springs, but it gives you a little bit of a wake-up call going, man, we need to get going early on in these games because we're not going to have the luxury of just holding a team down the whole game. You know, at some point, Sheridan's bats are going to come alive, and it's going to be a good baseball game. Good to see the Sixers jump out early.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Excuse me. 1 ball, no strikes to Lopez, who reached on an error last time up. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. The outs coming via sac fly and a 4-3 putout. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hunter Stone taking a deep breath and trying to reset for this even count pitch. That one misses just barely away from Lopez. Ball 2, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Saw Lopez a couple times yesterday take on 2 strikes on some very close pitches. That one, not on 2 strikes, but a very close pitch.
Stone goes to the stretch and the delivery. That one not going to be given by TK Stout, and it's 3 balls, 1 strike. Umpires for this winner's bracket semifinal, TK Stout behind the dish. And you've got Mark Aramaspi and Mac McFate in the field. Next one inside, and it's a walk. And Hunter Stone has runners on first and second. And that'll bring up Coulter McAnally, who flew out to right field.
Stone was able to retire McAnally last time around. That was with just 1 man on base. Lopez reached on the error in the first inning, but McAnally gets a chance to hit with a couple of guys on. And if he can hit a gap here, Lopez runs really well at first base. He may be able to score.
2 down for post 6 as McAnally steps in 0 for 1 on the day. The pitch. This one popped up high into center field. Carter Doublery ranging over, makes the grab. It was a close call. Rich Hall was also there as well. But the side is retired, and it is 2-0 Cheyenne. As we head to the bottom of the second, Sheridan will have to respond if they want to stay in this one. 2-0, post 6. This is the 2021 AA State Tournament on mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
When your vehicle needs new tires, any tire store can get you back on the road. But only Plains Tire can get you rolling again with the peace of mind that you were treated well, paid a fair price, and that you'll be taken care of for the life of the tire. At Plains Tire, trained tire technicians mount and expertly balance your new tires, replace the valve stems, and hand check each lug nut to make sure it's all tight and secure. Plus, you'll get lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations only at Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston. Visit plainstire.com.
Ty Lane's crew strikes first, and it's 2-0. Going into the bottom of the second, leading it off will be the first baseman, Caden Steele. Steele comes into this game batting .202 on 124 at-bats, 11 RBIs. So we're at the bottom of the order. The 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for Sheridan, and with post 6 on top, 2-0. How big does that leaving the bases loaded at the end of the first come back?
It just hurts a little bit if you're the Sheridan Troopers. You had the chance to jump out early on the post 6 squad. Instead, you leave them loaded, and then you turn around and give up 2 unearned runs in the top of the second inning. Just totally swings the momentum of this game into the first base dugout.
Caden Steele into the batter's box. First pitch aimed almost right at said first base dugout.
Yeah, and that one was going hard. That would have done some damage if it hit somebody.
The 0-1 on the way. That one up high, reaching for it is Caden Anderson. But it gets past him. He loses his mask. And on deck, man, McKillian runs up, grabs the ball, and underhands it to TK Stout. Got a chance to talk to TK Stout on 307 Baseball a few weeks ago. Very interesting guy. As the 1-1 comes, this one down the first base line. What a grab by Zach Kostopoulos. He runs over and tags the bag. Look at this play by Kostopoulos on instant replay. It's a hot grounder. Kostopoulos plants his glove on the ground and touches the bag for out number 1.
Yeah, that was a heck of a play by Zico. He had to go to the backhand on that one. Didn't have much time to do it. That was a well-hit ball by Caden Steele.
I'll bring up Nate Killian, the designated hitter. First pitch misses, ball 1. Killian with with only 123 at-bats, 43 games played. So he's not an everyday player for the Troopers, but he gives them a boost in the average, 309 for the number 8 hitter for Ben Bishop. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 down here in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
That was a good job by Onisto getting out ahead of Killian. Saw him let some runners on with 2 outs. Going to try to not do that in this one.
1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, and that's strikeout number 1 for Travis Onisto.
That was a good pitch. It looked like he pulled the string on that one a little bit and had Killian out in front of that changeup. Good pitch by Onisto.
Cale Hamrick steps in, 274 average, 29 hits, 18 RBIs for the right-handed shortstop. Pitch from Onisto, that one cutter way up high. Onisto, as his velocity gotten a little bit quicker in this second inning.
He's one of those guys that as he gets comfortable in a game, he really starts to hit his stride, and I think you're right. I think his velocity does go up as he starts to pitch more, which obviously he'll hit a wall at some point and it'll start to even itself back out. But early on when he's only around that 20, 30, 40, 50 pitch mark, he really starts to hit his stride.
Swing and a miss at a fastball, 0-2 count with 2 down to Cale Hamrick, and Caden Steele on that hard line out to first base was a bit of a momentum shifter. It looked like for sure Steele was going to have a base hit to lead off the inning, but Kostopoulos had other ideas.
Yeah, that's a big play, big difference. Like we said, when you can start with a guy on base, with a guy on the mound the caliber of Travis Onisto, you'll take all those base runners that you can get, and they looked like they had a sure one to start this inning.
2-1 count to Cale Hamrick. Onisto with the delivery, swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'd love to have a gun right now on the screen for Onisto. Wow, what a pitch. Finds the bottom part of the zone, and that's back-to-back strikeouts for Onisto. Post 6 on top, 2-0 heading into the third. This is the 2021 AA State Tournament on mylocalradio.com.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tires, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
2021 AA State Tournament Winners Bracket Semifinal. The winner will play under the lights tomorrow night at 7 o'clock against the winner of Gillette and Laramie. That game scheduled to get started tonight at 7. We'll have that on mylocalradio.com. Chris Brentel, voice of the Gillette Rough Riders, will have the call. Elon Olf and Grant Storbo here. Cheyenne Post 6 leads at 2-0 going into the third inning as Zach Kostopoulos, who is 1 for 1 with a single back in the first, leads it off. First pitch from Stone misses. 1 ball, no strikes. Next one, fly ball into right field, but it's going foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hey, you know what? The 2021 AA State Tournament, every game, brought to you on mylocalradio.com by the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition. They remind you to buckle up for life, Wyoming. Every ride, every time. Next one, 1-1, swing and a miss for strike 2. Hunter Stone might be settling in a little bit, especially if he can get one of the most dangerous batters in the state, probably the top batter in the state to go down to lead off an inning. The 1-2 on the way. At one down low, outside ball 2.
And I think Stone's arm angle is giving some of these right-handed hitters for post 6 just a little bit of time. He kind of drops down to that 3/4 spot, gives the ball a little bit different movement on it.
2-2 on the way. Outside, and it's a full count after going down 0-2. Zico has worked the count full.
Kostopoulos looking to get on base for the second time in this one.
That one outside, and Kostopoulos worth a leadoff walk. It is the second walk given up by Stone, and that'll bring up Mason Tafoya. 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded out to the shortstop to end the first inning with runners on the corners, as Stone will step off the bump and get back on. 2-0 post 6 here in the top of the third. Pitch this one, hit right up the center. Great play by Cale Hamrick. Fields it, taps the bag at second, on to first for the double play.
Yeah, that was a really good play by Cale Hamrick. It was kind of taking him up the middle, and he just had to stick that right foot onto second base, plant it, and throw. And that's the exact type of double play that Sheridan needs to get this game going and get things going their way. They've struggled a little on the defensive end. Sometimes a double play will right the ship there a little bit.
Absolutely. First pitch to Keldon Hastings.
Go, Hunter, dial
Inside ball 1, and we keep talking about it. We don't want to overemphasize it, but Hastings with an absolute moonshot in game 1 yesterday in the 12-0 lead over Rock Springs as a walk-off grand slam to induce the run rule victory. And that one rides inside, tags Hastings on the back, and with 2 down, post 6 is back in business with a runner on. That'll bring up Hayden Swain. Hit by a pitch and came around to score last time up.
And there's not a guy on the, nobody likes getting hit by pitches, but there's not a guy on this team that dislikes it more than Keldon Hastings. He doesn't like that at all. He's one of those guys that will get out of the way at all costs, but no getting out of the way of that one. That was a good heater
Hunter, let
from
your defense help you.
Stone.
Stone steps off the mound as Hastings takes a small lead, and the pitch, this one up the center. Reading it is Hamrick, on to the second baseman who drops the ball, going to the bag. Trevor Stowe could not hold on to the underhanded pitch by Cale Hamrick for the third out, and instead of being done, we have runners on first and second with 2 down for Caden Anderson. A bunt single, an excellently executed bunt single last time up.
And the Sixers now all of a sudden have an opportunity. This is the 3rd straight inning where the Sheridan has made an error. The Sixers made them pay for it last time. We'll see if they do it once again in the 3rd.
2 down, and Hunter Stone has got to reset the mental clock. It's easy to get frustrated thinking I should have been out of this by now. So he resets, uses the short memory, and the first pitch. This one fouled across the first baseline for strike 1. Runners on first and second. The runner on first, Hayden Swain, reaches on an error on the second baseman. Keldon Hastings, hit by a pitch, stands on second.
The other thing about making errors in a tournament like this where you're abiding to all these pitch count rules, your guys have to get up there more when they should be out of the inning, and it can be frustrating at times.
0-1 inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 to match the 11 on the back of Caden Anderson's jersey. The catcher for post 6. As Stone goes from the stretch, sets at the belt, and the 1-1. That one misses away, ball 2.
Anderson's a guy that has such a good feel for the strike zone, so he gets an advantage being the catcher. You can feel out that home plate umpire, but he doesn't chase many pitches.
Stone, the 2-1. This one hit down the first base line. It's a slow roller. Caden Steele will take care of it himself, and they're out of the inning. No runs come across, 2 stranded. It's 2-0 going into the bottom of the third at the 2021 AA State Tournament live on MyLocalRadio.com.
Gee, Tommy, you look amazing. Did you try something different with your enamel?
No way. I wouldn't do anything to alter these pearly whites, but I did see Dr. McKay Frankham, who told me if I didn't floss, I could miss up 35% of food particles.
Really? You told you that?
Yep, and you know what? He's 100% right. I started flossing, and now I look better than ever.
Wow, I want to see Dr. McKay Frankham.
Well, give him a call. 307-789-8910. Easy to remember, right?
That's super easy. Dr. McKay Frankham at 307-789-8910. I'll call today.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
1-2-3 batters due up in the bottom of the third for Sheridan as they trail 2-0 on the MyLocalRadio.com scoreboard. Dubberly, Greer, and Kilpatrick a combined 0 for 2 as Kilpatrick drew a walk his first time up. Dubberly grounded out into second. And if you're coaching Sheridan, if you're coach Ben Phillips, Grant Storbo, what are you talking about in the dugout as you're getting ready to bat?
Don't panic. There's a lot of game left. It's a 2-0 lead. That's nothing that we haven't erased at any point this year. I'd just take a deep breath, take it one pitch at a time, one at bat at a time, and just try to get some base runners on and get them in. We saw the first inning where they left them loaded. Just got to find a way when you get runners on to get them in against Travis Onisto.
Onisto goes out for inning number 3 of work, and he has been effective. Dubberly ground out to second his first time up. First pitch inside. He turned out of the way, thought he was going to tag him. Instead, it tails back into the zone for strike 1.
That's the slider from Onisto. It can be nasty.
0-1 outside, ball 1. It's 1 ball, 1 strike, Onisto. It'll be interesting to see if they're going to keep an eye on pitch count for Travis. As the 1-1 chopped right to the second baseman, Keldon Hastings on to first for out number 1.
I would presume that he's a guy that they would like to have later on in this tournament. You know, Post 6 has state championship aspirations to do that. They're going to be playing on Friday afternoon, and I think he's a guy that they'd want available on a day like that.
Michael Greer flew out to right field last time he was up for out number 2 in the first. And Sheridan, you're right, it's not time to panic, but it'd be nice if you could get something to kind of set a tone. First pitch to Greer, check swing, but it's right down the pipe. No balls, 1 strike.
Onisto, as you mentioned, just starting to lock in as he's getting through the second time right here.
Fastball inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. If there's one thing we know about Sheridan, they can hit the fastball. Talking with David Suttle before that game, and he was telling me that this team, coached by Ben Phillips, one of the most respected coaches in the state, they will hit the fastball. It's only a matter of time before, much like what we saw with Post 6 yesterday, it's only a matter of time before that offense gets going.
Absolutely. So if you're Post 6, you just want to keep getting outs, count outs. The more you get, closer you are to winning this ball game, and it's going to be tough to keep this Sheridan offense down all game long.
1-2, that one inside, almost hit the red helmet. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Michael Greer. Cody Kilpatrick, the left fielder, stands on deck. Onisto with the delivery. This one, fly ball into right field, but goes foul. And we'll hold at 2-2.
I would just like to say, I think this is one of the best uniform matchups of the tournament. I really like Post 6's navies, and I love Sheridan's vests.
I really liked the jerseys that Laramie had yesterday, the blue with the black sleeves, as the 2-2 drops down in the zone, and it's a backwards K for Travis Onisto. Strikeout number 3 for the left-hander. And that'll bring up Cody Kilpatrick, the left-hander, proudly playing in his final games as a Sixer.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's had a heck of a career. He's won a lot of games for Post 6 in his career, looking to win a few more before it's all said and done.
First pitch up high, ball 1. This Post 6 team, with so much young talent, sometimes you forget about the guys who are playing in their final year. Already decorated state champions, 1-all, as the 1-1 finds the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. It may not be a very popular team, but Post 6 truly are the New York Yankees of the Cowboy State.
There's no doubt about it. So sometimes when you walk in wearing this hat around the state, they don't like you very much just because of the success, but that comes with the territory, and everybody knows it.
That 1 ball down, 2 balls, 1 strike. I will say one thing. Coach Ty Lane is one of the most courteous, generous coaches that I've had the pleasure to talk to. Another one, Aaron Lozano from Laramie, of course, Jason Mitchell from Evanston as well. So a lot of great coaches in American Legion baseball.
Absolutely, and I think one thing about these coaches is they're all on a very united front of just growing the game of baseball in the Cowboy State. You know, obviously when you get in between the lines, there's going to be some disputes, some arguments, but they're really good about just growing the game in the Cowboy State.
And ultimately, that's the most important thing. No matter what happens, whoever wins this state tournament on Friday, you know all of these players, all of these teams are going to be pulling for that team to finally break the levee and send a Wyoming team to the American Legion World Series. Walk drawn by Kilpatrick. It's his second walk of the game. And that'll bring up Trevor Stowe, who hit a single to center field. And this is how things kind of got started. In that first inning, it was 2 outs. They left the bases stranded, though. We'll see if Sheridan can continue this momentum. First pitch to Stowe. This one hit down the first base line, foul. But yeah, back to what we were talking about. It's just, you're right, they're very fierce competitors in between the lines, but everybody has the same goal, and that's proved that Wyoming baseball is one of the top in the country.
Absolutely, and it's going to be so good to have 2 teams at the regional tournament in a couple weeks.
Liner up center field, and Stowe does his job. And you look at the scorebook, it is almost identical to inning number 1. Now you got Dalton Nelson. If he's hit by a pitch, that's going to be absolutely nuts.
Yeah, this is exactly like inning number 1. We saw the Troopers not able to bring anything across. They're going to try to change that and draw closer here in this one. Nelson has a chance to do just that.
Only a 2-run lead for Post 6. And the pitch. That one down low, ball 1.
For whatever reason, Onisto's getting to the middle third of this Troopers lineup and just struggling a little bit, but tip your cap to the Troopers. They're good hitters in that other dugout.
Onisto checks the runner at second, and the 1-0. This one fouled, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Nelson, as you mentioned, the left-handed hitting catcher. That's like gold. You don't see that very often.
No. I doubt he catches left-handed. We'll have to pay attention when he comes out. Checks the runner at second and the 1-1. That one finds the zone. Good cutting fastball from Onisto. That seems to be his bread and butter, that cutter.
Absolutely, and Onisto, he's just got that goofy lefty thing. Lefties never throw anything straight, and Travis Onisto has that same thing. Sometimes you giggle with him while he's throwing bullpens, and he's just like, yeah, sometimes the ball just moves differently, and I'm like, I know, I'm standing behind you, man. I don't know where you're throwing it.
1-2 to Dalton Nelson. And the pitch. This one hit right at the field umpire. Great snag by Malkinally. Fields it over to Hastings. He steps on the bag and the threat ends. Still 2-0. Post 6 going in to the 4th inning. This is the 2021 AA State Tournament on mylocalradio.com.
May 2000. 2019, Uintah County School District Number 1 became the first school district in Wyoming to achieve a certified Level 1 on high reliability schools by the Rosanna Leadership Center. We're focusing on 3 levels. Level 1 is a safe and collaborative culture. Level 2, effective teaching in every classroom. And Level 3 is a guaranteed and viable curriculum. We are certified Level 1 in safe and collaborative culture. This is Superintendent Ryan Thomas. Congratulations to everyone in our district. Keep up the great work.
Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Red Devils! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Back at Cowboy Field at the 2021 AA State Tournament, brought to you by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming. And everybody buckle up. This has been a great game. It's a 2-0 post-6 lead. But Grant, during the break, you made an observation that I think is definitely a storyline in this game now.
You know, I was just saying that Sheridan kind of has the same thing going that Rock Springs had. They got guys on early on in that game, haven't been able to get them in. Sheridan's had multiple innings where they've left multiple guys on base. And as we were talking, the 4th inning is where things kind of opened up a little bit for post-6 in that game, and Ty Lobmeyer's going to try to get that going right here.
Leading it off is going to be Ty Lobmeyer, as you mentioned. The third baseman. First pitch to Lobmeyer, fouled into the pole. Strike 1. Not the typical way you'd want to do it, but I think it's pretty important for Hunter Stone to throw first pitch strikes.
Hey, any way you can get a first pitch strike. Saw one yesterday in the Hawks game I was doing after I left.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow, look at this one. Just rides inside and barely catches the window. Beautiful movement. Started inside and works its way back into the zone by Hunter Stone. 0-2 count to Lobmeyer. The pitch, and it hits him in the back. Oh, that's heartbreaking if you're Stone. You are dealing in that at bat, and then you plop the guy. That'll bring up the top of the order Julian Romero, sac fly, and a ground out to third on the day.
And of note, that's the third post-6 batter Hunter Stone has hit with a pitch. He's walked 2, 3 errors for Sheridan, so they're just not playing all that clean on this side, though it hasn't resulted in a ton of post-6 runs.
A reminder, as this bunt is laid down the first base line, Stone picks it up, underhands it over to Steele, and they'll get the runner at first, but the runner advances. 1 down for post-6. Reminder, winner of this game will play the winner of Gillette and Laramie tonight. However, that game will be tomorrow at 7 o'clock. And the loser of this one will play Casper, who just made a statement, to say the least, as this one is a fly ball down in left field, waving the runner around, and deja vu, another run in the 4th. Could this be the moment it opens up? RBI single for Dom Lopez.
It was a good swing by Lopez. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just put it right over the head of shortstop Cale Hamrick. Dropped it in front of Kilpatrick and left. And Lopez extends this lead.
And with 1 down, McAnally flew out to center, flew out to right. Still looking for that first hit, but you got to think it's only a matter of time. By the way, loser of this game will play Casper tomorrow, I believe at 1 o'clock. In an elimination game. Stowe checks the runner at first, now off of the mound. Now runner at first, by the way, with an RBI single, Dom Lopez. The pitch. That one gets away down in the dirt. Nelson loses it, goes into the gravel, picks it up, and taking off to first is the runner, Dom Lopez. By the way, he is catching right-handed.
Absolutely is. He's one of those guys that throws right, hits left, and he's done a pretty good job until that one, but not much he could have done with that one. It was way in that left-handed batter's box.
Wild pitch allows the runner to get to second. And Stone has to take a deep breath. It's hard to see the bullpens from here, so we couldn't tell you if there's action at any of the bullpens right now. As the next one, almost the exact same spot, gets away from him, and even the noises that was made as Nelson goes into the gravel. Almost made me feel like, am I having an out-of-body experience? Like, that was literally same spot, same noises, same everything. And now with one down, Colton McAnally has a runner on third.
I thought you hit the replay button on that keyboard.
Yeah, that was strange. 2 balls, no strikes to McAnally.
I think Nelson's glove may have popped a string.
Yeah, Nelson just...
He waved his glove towards the Sheridan dugout and walked over there, so I'm not sure. Having some sort of equipment issue.
Yeah, so
it is a new glove.
Stone will walk off the mound. The infield comes over to him, and just as they get there, Nelson comes out with a new glove. So, all right, everybody, go back to your positions.
Yeah, that was a fun chat.
2 balls, no strikes. This one way out in front of it. Great breaking ball from Hunter Stone, excuse me. Man, really fooled McAnally on that pitch.
Absolutely. You get yourself into a 2-0 hitters count, and you're immediately thinking you're going to get a fastball down the middle, and he spun him one. McAnally not ready for that.
Inside, 31 count. Stone needs to make a pitch here. Runner on third, 1 down. A strikeout would be big, or pop out. The 3-1. This one right up the middle. It gets into center field. 4-0, post 6. Lopez scores. And it looks like the 4th inning might be the 6th inning.
Yeah, that seems to be the inning where the Sixers are getting things going. As we saw it yesterday against Rock Springs, they scored 3 in the 4th against Rock Springs yesterday. Looking
already brought
in
in 2. Here's Zach Kostopoulos with a runner on first, always dangerous. Kostopoulos 1 for 1 with a walk, excuse me. First pitch down in the dirt, misses, ball 1.
Kostopoulos still looking to hit his first ball hard of the day. He had that blooper in his first at-bat and walked his second time around. We'll see if he can barrel something up in his third at-bat.
This one hit down the third base line, foul. Will knock the count up at 1. 1 down, runner on first. Hunter Stone trying to keep Sheridan in the winner's bracket. Winner will play the winner of the Gillette-Laramie game. By the way, we will have that on mylocalradio.com. Pregame at 6:50. First pitch at 7 o'clock. It's going to be a great one under the lights. Great atmosphere here at Cowboy Field in Laramie when the Rangers played the Giants. Rangers won on a walk-off. Final score 5-4. And Stone barely misses outside. Excited to see that atmosphere again.
Absolutely. No matter where the state tournament is, when the host team can stay in that 7 o'clock game, it always is so much fun. The towns really come out and support, and excited for the town of Laramie, really.
This one hit well down the first base line. Great grab by Steele. Throw to second. It gets past the second baseman and rolls into left field. McAnally tripped up on the diving Cale Hamrick, but he still gets to third. 2 down. Yep, Kostopoulos does come off. Slow to come off first.
I think that McAnally may have skinned his knee up a little bit or something on that slide. He came up a little ginger and kind of pulled into third base, almost got himself thrown out if that throw would have been on the money. I do think I saw a couple of white jerseys walking down that left field line just a second ago, so they may have just sent somebody to the bullpen.
First pitch down low to Mason Tafoya. 4-0 Cheyenne post 6. Coulter McAnally stands on third. 2 down. The pitch by Stone. That one up high around the cap. 2 balls, no strikes.
Mason Tafoya has been a guy that he's been hitting everywhere in this lineup this year as they battled through some injuries. He plays everywhere in the field. Very valuable asset for this post 6 squad.
2-0, fouled up and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runner on third is Coulter McAnally. 2 down for Hunter Stone and the Sheridan Troopers. McAnally stands on third. After the throwing error, swing and a miss at 1 inside. Christopoulos hit a hard ground ball at Caden Steele. He tags the bag, tries to throw to second to get McAnally, and the throw sails past the diving shortstop, Cale Hamrick, into right field. McAnally takes advantage and gets the third. 2-2. This one up the middle. McAnally scores, and it's 5-0.
That was a good swing by Tafoya. He had to go down and get that one just a little bit, put it right back up the middle. And Sixers, like you said, gonna have to rename the 4th inning the 6th inning.
Not the sixth.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come up with a name for that. But man, they've had some success in it, no matter what you call it.
Well, now we know if you can weather a 4th inning from Cheyenne post 6, you can do a lot. As Keldon Hastings fouls off the first pitch. No balls, 1 strike. 2 down. No runner on first. As the next one inside almost tags Hastings. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And that's that error on the first baseman Steele. That's the 4th error of the game on the Troopers.
Scoreboard is reading exactly that. No errors for post 6. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down, Stone. And the runner goes. Throw is in time to get the runner at second. What a bullet from Dalton Nelson, and the inning is over. But 3 runs come across from post 6 in the 4th. It's 5-0. Cheyenne on top of Sheridan going into the bottom of the 4th. This is the 2021 AA State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com.
Toronto Valley Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution. When you become a member, you are an owner of the credit union. We believe in people over profit, and that impacts the way we do business from our overall structure down to the smallest detail. Our philosophy sets us apart, and we're here for you. Earn more with our high-yield checking account, start a savings goal, check out our competitive loans, and much more. Become a member today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. Member NCUA.
This First Bank of Wyoming broadcast of Outlaws Baseball is brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and he can help you get rid of migraines and allergies.
Well, post 6 strikes again in the 4th with 3 runs, and they lead it 5-0 on the mylocalradio.com scoreboard. Travis Onisto comes out with a pretty hefty lead. I mean, this game's not even close to being over, but 5-0, that feels like something that Onisto will pitch very aggressive with.
Yeah, you know, at the 3-0 lead, I'm sure that the sense of urgency in the Troopers' dugout was there, but it was, we can still get to this guy. You get down 5-0 with a guy like Onisto seems to be getting stronger, and that sense of urgency is just growing and growing as this game goes on.
Hall grounded out to the pitcher to end the 1st inning. First pitch inside. That caught a piece of TK Stout. He's going to take a step back. And they're going to have a mound conference to give TK a chance to recover after that. It looked like it might have hit him not in a great spot. I'm not sure, though.
Yeah, he wore that well and played it off, but no matter what, especially at this level, you see so many good catchers are really good at keeping the ball off of the umpire, and that one Caden Anderson just let by, and I'm sure he's telling him, my bad, I won't let that happen again.
He walked right up to TK and said that. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. This one into right field, but foul. 1-1. 5-0 Cheyenne in the bottom of the 4th. As Anisto kicks and deals. Up high, good snag by Anderson. TK Stout brings a sigh of relief.
Yeah, that'll get you a little jumpy behind the dish when you take a fastball like that.
2-1. Man, what a cutter. Just finds the outside part of the zone away from the right-handed hitting Hall. Anisto appears to be getting stronger and stronger as the game goes along. 2-2. That one foul tipped into the glove. Strikeout and out number 1.
That's Onisto's 4th strikeout of the game, and you just said it. He's just getting stronger and stronger as this game goes. He has had some issues with the top of that lineup, but man, he gets to the bottom of it. He's making quick work.
Caden Anderson should get a lot of credit for holding on to that one to guarantee the out. First pitch up high, ball 1. Anderson, I love watching him work. He goes into some awesome positions, low, high. He sets the right leg out as that one's fouled into the back screen. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And he is really taking control of this catcher position thus far for the Sixers this year. They were going to use a bunch of guys, and Caden Anderson's really come forward as that number 1 catcher.
1-1 down low in the dirt. Another good stop by Caden. 2 balls, 1 strike. Caden Steele grounded out to the first baseman last time up, and the pitch fouled into the screen, and Steele staying alive.
Steele just trying to keep himself alive in this at-bat, as he said. Tough task when you're facing Onisto.
The 2-2. This one hit along the first baseline, foul. So we'll do it again. 1 out after the strikeout of Rich Hall to begin the bottom of the 4th. Cheyenne Post 6 up 5-0. Onisto kicks and deals. Finds the zone, and it's a backwards K. Strikeout number 5, I believe, for Travis Onisto. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Nate Killian, who was a strikeout victim back in the 2nd, to come in with 2 down. Sheridan needs a base runner.
And Onisto took him a while to get that strikeout pitch working, but he seems to have found it in the middle innings of this one.
First pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball. Blow it right past him. And Onisto looking very good through 3 2/3, fouled into the fence. Quick 0-2 count. That might have got a piece of Stout.
It may have gotten the mask of Anderson. TK Stout's helping his catcher out a little bit, buying him some time, walking the ball out, brushing the plate off.
State tournament, day 2. Non-elimination game, but the loser will play an elimination game tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Winner will play under the lights against the winner of Gillette and Laramie. That game will take place under the lights tonight. 7 o'clock, 6:50 pregame show. Tune in to mylocalradio.com. We'll have it. Every game of the 2021 AA State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com. The 0-2 to steal that one down low, and that is a good stop by Anderson. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think that might have gotten a piece of TK as well on that one. I heard manager Ty Lane holler at Caden Anderson, can't have that happen, got to keep the ball off the umpire. No, don't want any reason to upset those guys in the blue shirts.
DK signals 1-2 count. And the pitch. This one hit down the first base line but goes foul. I might find the parking lot with the velocity it had. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. That one just misses up high in the corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Killian having a heck of an at-bat right here against Travis Onisto.
2 down, and you need a runner. High pressure, up high, 3 balls, 2 strikes. As Anisto takes a deep breath, and if he can get a single here, it could build some momentum for Sheridan. Swing and a miss for strikeout and out number 3. It's a straight inning for Travis Onisto, and it's 5-0 Cheyenne going into the 5th. This is the 2021 AA State Tournament on mylocalradio.com.
When you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy. So the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
The best cement comes from Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. They've been mixing cement for every type of job for generations. Major construction, road and bridge, cement blocks, foundations, sidewalks, curb and gutter, cement steps, septic tanks and water troughs. No job is too large or too small. Make sure you get the best quality cement available at the best prices. Always get your cement from Ellingford Brothers. Call today. Ellingford Brothers, we know cement. 307-789-1515.
Hunter Stone out for inning number 5 of work as Post 6 leads it 5-0. And right now, with the way Travis Onisto is pitching, it could get a little bit more difficult for Sheridan to climb out of this hole, especially if Cheyenne puts 2 runs on the board early. Then we might have to have a certain conversation.
No doubt about it. This is really looking very similar to that game we had yesterday.
Post 6 blanked in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the fourth. As the first pitch to Keldon Hastings misses outside, ball 1.
Hastings has reached twice in this game, looking to make it a perfect 3 out of 3 times on base, though neither of them have been on a hit.
Nice pitch by Stone, just finds the bottom part of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Down low outside in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. Post 6, 5-0. 2 in the second and 3 in the fourth. The pitch. That one up high. 3 balls, 1 strike to Keldon Hastings. Could he get on base yet again? Stone kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Full count offering. Stone has not gotten the leadoff guy since the first inning. He's 1 strike away from doing it, but Hastings works the full count walk.
Good at bat by Keldon Hastings right there. Saw a lot of pitches, worked the count full, and was able to draw that walk.
Here's Hayden Swain. Still looking for an at-bat. Well, actually, he has an at-bat. He reached on an error, but hit by pitch, came around and score. As Swain will come in to the batter's box. Stone checks the runner at first. The pitch, this one fouled and almost cleared the back screen. Had it cleared the back screen, it could have landed like right there, about 6 feet.
And we're going to have to keep our eyes up with this window open in front of us. We're going to have to make some grabs.
It is a beautiful view, though.
It is perfect.
The 0-1 on the way. That one outside and down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner on first is Keldon Hastings, who's had himself a heck of a state tournament.
Always fun to see how these guys play in the postseason. You know, the bat and the ball and everything just feels a little different once it flips to the postseason. You see who the gamers are and who gets a little bit tight.
Stone eyes the runner back to first. And the pitch. This one, fly ball into right field. Retreating back is Hall. He makes the grab for out number 1. Great read by Rich Hall. And with one down, the runner goes back to first.
Yeah, he had Swain played perfectly right there. Swain really hit that ball pretty well, but just right in the range of Hall at right field. Took a few steps back, made the play.
Anderson, 1 for 2 with a bunt single. That was the one that rolled perfectly down the third base line, and there was just no play to be made.
Absolutely, and instead of second and third, 1 out, there was bases loaded with nobody out, and that changed the complexion of that inning.
Runner goes, throw to second is going to sky into center field. Great read by Cale Hamrick, who runs over and covers the throw, keeps it from going into the outfield and only give up the 1 base.
Well, another one where Anderson was swinging. I think that may have been a hit and run. We saw that yesterday, where the swing just kind of gets in the way of the catcher and sometimes can make that throw that much more difficult.
Anderson, the catcher, steps out of the batter's box. 0-1, 1 out, runner in scoring position for post 6. Stone with the pitch. This one is hit shallow into center field. Retreating back is Cale Hamrick. He makes the catch on the run into the center field grass. 2 down. That was a heck of a catch by Hamrick.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that sometimes you can get in, like kind of those Texas leaguers that just kind of drop in between the infield and the outfield. And Hamrick did a good job covering ground, making sure that was out number 2 instead of a cheap base hit.
Ty Lobmeyer, the third baseman, comes in. Hit by a pitch and scored last time up. Ground out to the second baseman to start the second inning. Pitch by Lobmeyer, swing and a miss from Hunter Stone. So Stone, with a runner on second, delivers the first strike, and Lobmeyer down 0-1.
Stone can work through this leadoff base runner. Sometimes that can give your team a little bit of momentum going into the next half inning.
Outside snag by Nelson. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Also be huge to get the 9-hitter out instead of letting post 6 turn it over to the top of the order.
And Julian Romero stands on the on-deck circle. Top of the 5th and the pitch. That one down low in the dirt. Nelson with the snag. And I think Stone wants a new ball as he will throw it back to the catcher, Dalton Nelson, who turns to TK Stout, and Stout will honor the request.
Sometimes all you need is a new ball. Just get used to one, doesn't get out of play for a while, want a new one.
Stone with the delivery way inside. His arm angle kind of told you the story there. As that one just kind of gets away. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Stone sometimes kind of drops down further on certain pitches. He doesn't always get to that exact same window, but boy, does it come out hot, and it has some movement.
Pitch outside and low. Lobmeyer works the walk. Runners on first and second for the top of the order, Julian Romero.
Bring Ben Phillips out of the dugout. We may have a pitching change here.
Hunter Stone, one of the top guys on Ben Phillips' roster. We'll see what Ben decides to do, and he will take the ball. And we'll have a pitching change. We'll tell you who it is when we come back after this. 5-0, post 6 at the 2021 AA State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com.
There's a reason Rocky Mountain Yeti is Southwest Wyoming's #1 dealer. Come in and see what all the buzz is about. Voted Best of Evanston by you. Best of Evanston in new car sales, used car sales, and Best of Evanston in service. We have the best selection of inventory in town, paired with our legendary 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Come see us today at one of our 2 locations, 100 Wasatch Road or Yeti on 3rd next to Walmart. Let us help get you on your next adventure today. Rocky Mountain Yeti, legend driven.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
Nate Killian comes on for the Sheridan Troopers. 2 down with a runner in scoring position and on first. Here in the top of the 5th, Elon Olive, Grant Storbo, bringing you the action live from the 2021 AA State Tournament. Live from Laramie's Cowboy Field. Killian, 50 2/3 innings pitched, a 3-3 record. 17 walks to 35 strikeouts. Good ratio there, 3.59 ERA.
And we'll see if Nate Killian can get the final out of this inning without either of these runs coming in. He comes in with 2 men on, but there are 2 outs in the inning. He's going to face Romero. Hunter Stone's day is done. He went 4 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, just 2 of them earned, 4 walks, no strikeouts. Did have the 3 hit by pitches.
Romero into the left-handed side of the batter's box. Killian agrees on the sign and the pitch to Romero. Up high, tried to tail back in, but couldn't cut back into the zone. Ball 1.
Tough sledding sometimes for these relievers. They get put in some tough situations. See if Killian can work his way out of this one.
1-0. This one, high fly ball into right field. Rich Hall puts his glove up, trying to block the sun, and gloves it. So no runs come across. We are into the bottom of the 5th after this. It is 5-0 post 6. Sheridan's got to get some runners going. We'll see if they can do it when we come back. This is the 2021 AA State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com.
There's a reason Rocky Mountain Yeti is Southwest Wyoming's #1 dealer. Come in and see what all the buzz is about. Voted Best of Evanston by you. Best of Evanston in new car sales, used car sales, and Best of Evanston in service. We have the best selection of inventory in town, paired with our legendary 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Come see us today at one of our 2 locations, 100 Wasatch Road or Yeti on 3rd next to Walmart. Let us help get you on your next adventure today. Rocky Mountain Yeti, legend driven.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
Travis Anisto comes out for inning number 5 of work. And we're looking at the lineup card on who's due up. It's 9-1-2 hitters. This is your chance if you're Sheridan to get to that middle of the lineup with runners on who has had success against Anisto.
That's really been the difference in this game. Post 6's bottom of the order has gotten on base and gotten some things going. Sheridan's has not been able to. This is an opportunity for Cole Hamrick to turn the tide a little bit for the Troopers.
Strikeout to end the 2nd inning as Hamrick fouls the first one into the back screen, 0-1. Carter Dubberly stands on deck. Dubberly 0 for 2. Next pitch inside. Almost got a piece of him.
See if Travis starts to run out of gas or not in these later innings.
Next one, beautiful cutter, catches the inside part of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He's still only around that 70 pitch mark, so should still have something left in the tank.
1 ball, 2 strikes outside, and it's a ballerina count, 2-2. Anisto with the pitch. This one, fly ball into the gap, down in right field, bobbled by Lopez, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered if you're Sheridan.
can't ask for a better start than that other than your 9 hitters shooting one into right field, getting things going for the inning, and we'll see if Dubberly can reach base for the first time. Pair of ground outs to second. See if he can figure out Travis Onisto this third time around.
You mentioned earlier in the game Onisto's tough on lefties.
Absolutely. His stuff just moves so much, and it runs in on the inside of these left-handed hitters. And it can just be so difficult for them to pick up spin.
And the pitch. Outside part of the zone for strike one. Great pitch by Onisto.
Yeah, and I think sometimes you can get the ump to start expanding that zone a little bit when you pound it like Onisto's been pounding it thus far.
0-1. That one catches the bottom corner. Onisto just going right at him.
Onisto, 74 pitches, 44 strikes.
Onisto on the way. That one trying to get him to fish, but a very good hold by Carter Dubberly. Michael Greer stands on deck. Onisto with the 1-2. This one hit hard at Keldon Hastings. Swallows it up, throw to first in time for out number 1. So they get the lead runner. And Dubberly reaches on a fielder's choice. Here comes Greer, who's 0 for 2.
That was a good play by Hastings. That's a tough one where it's bringing you towards first base. You have to completely spin your feet, set it, and throw it. And he delivered a strike to Coulter McAnally to get Hamrick at second.
The pitch. Inside part of the zone. One of those cutters at left-handed Onisto is absolutely unreal.
It's just tough. You eventually, if you're a hitter, you're thinking, man, he's going to throw me something straight eventually, and he just never does.
0-1 on the way. This one fouled up and over the stands. 0-2 count, 1 down, runner on first. A good way to kill the momentum if you're post 6 is ground ball right at Coulter McAnally.
Yeah, that's usually a good play. If you're a Sixer fan, anytime the ball gets hit his way, he does a very good job out at shortstop.
0-2, and it's a hopper. Cap high to Lobmeyer, throws to second to get the lead runner out yet again. Post 6 not getting too greedy or too cute, just making the easy plays.
Absolutely, and that's what you got to do when you're trying to preserve a lead. You're just counting outs at this point, trying to win and survive in advance in the postseason. That's the name of the game.
Cody Kilpatrick, 2 walks on the day. Inside, ball 1, and if I'm not mistaken, yep, he worked both of those walks with 2 down.
Yeah, he was the guy that really got things going for this Sheridan offense. Two out walks in his previous at-bats, and Stowe followed it up with singles, so if he can reach base again, we'll see what can happen.
The big difference in this at-bat, he hasn't had anyone on in front of him all game. Now he's got a runner on first. That is Michael Greer.
Absolutely, and this is a situation for Ben Phillips. You want your guys.
Excuse me, that's Cody Kilpatrick. Stowe will foul that one over the baseline. Wait a minute. Yeah, sorry, Cody Kilpatrick. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Kilpatrick. Stowe is on deck. Checks the runner in the pitch. That one in the dirt, bounces off of Anderson, and that's going to be an easy base for Michael Greer.
Yeah, Anderson did everything he could to keep that in front of him, threw his shoulder up, but that thing only got about 55, 56 feet, and it nearly, that was a tough one if you're Caden Anderson. Not a dang thing you can do about that one other than run and get it and live to play another pitch.
Onisto, lefty from the stretch, checks the runner at second, and the 2-2. This one, fly ball into right field, that's gonna drop. Sheridan waves the runner around, and the Troopers are on the board.
And that's the guy that's been causing problems for this post 6 pitching staff and defense, and Cody Kilpatrick comes through, reaches base for the 3rd time, and this time drives in a run.
The table was set for the man who's been doing it all game, and he did not disappoint. That'll bring up Trevor Stowe.
It's a situation where that wild pitch right before it is so huge, allows Sheridan to get that first run in when you give that free 90 feet.
First pitch to Stowe, down low, ball 1. Dalton Nelson stands on deck.
Stowe has shot 2 right back up the middle. He's been one of the guys that has Travis Onisto figured out a little bit.
1-0. Good breaking ball that finds its way into the zone. Started up high and just dropped into that upper inner corner.
Such an advantage when you can throw your off-speed pitches for a strike.
5-1. This one up the center. It's to Coulter McAnally. He'll tap the second base bag, and that ends the inning. Sheridan finally breaks through against Onisto, but it's only 4-1. Post 6 still leads by 4, heading in to the 6th inning. This is the 2021 AA State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
I'm Kendall Roberts with the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition. Whether your car is a classic car or a new one, buckle up every time. Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Post 6, lead by 4, heading into the top of the 6th. 5-1 on the mylocalradio.com scoreboard. I'm yelling off. That's Grant Storbo, as Dom Lopez will come in to lead it off. Dom, a walk, a single, and a ground out.
Lopez is just as consistent a guy as you'll find. He doesn't do anything flashy, but man, does he find barrels and play a good right field for this Sixer squad.
New pitcher Nate Killian still in there. Only needed 1/3 of an inning last time. Great curveball that just drops into the zone from Killian for strike 1.
That's good to see from Killian. Sometimes out of the bullpen it takes a second before you're able to flip that curveball over for a strike. He does it to start the inning against Lopez.
X1 misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looking at the replay, that almost looked like it slid in like a slider as well. 1-1, fastball right down the pipe. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nate Killian trying to get some momentum for Sheridan. They put a run up in the bottom of the 4th. A quick defensive inning could build something for the Troopers. 1-2 down in the dirt. It's off of the mask of Nelson, but nobody on, so no harm, no foul. And the most important thing, that ball didn't come anywhere near TK Stout.
Yeah, exactly. Kept it off the umpire.
Killian kicks and deals. This one right up the center. Great grab by Hamrick. Throw to first. There's out number 1.
That was a good play by Hamrick. Sometimes the ball was hit really well. Looked like it may have had some top spin. That can take some goofy hops, get by some guys, but Hamrick was able to glove it and throw Lopez out for out number 1.
Now Killian's about to get tested. The young sluggers, Bash Brothers, 2 Towers, whatever you want to call them. Coulter McAnally and Zach Kostopoulos. With McAnally at bat. McAnally got a single last time up, but a good pitch from Killian for strike 1.
Really? Hunter Stone did a really good job against the combo that is McAnally and Kostopoulos. For the most part, just 2 hits. both of them singles.
This one just barely misses up high. 1 ball, 1 strike to Coulter McAnally. You just get the feeling Kostopoulos is the favorite to win Player of the Year this year, right? You get the feeling that McAnally is going to be on a list at some point and win an MVP at some point in his Sixer career. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Absolutely. With everything he does defensively on the mound and at the plate for the Sixers, I think he may be the leader in the clubhouse the next couple years. Going into the year, you obviously have to prove it as the year goes along.
Good pitch by Killian. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Is Kostopoulos older than McAnally? Is he a year ahead?
Yep. McAnally's a sophomore and Kostopoulos is a junior, so Kostopoulos will be a senior next season. Kostopoulos still has 2 years left.
This one, fly ball to deep center field. Carter doubly retreats back, makes the grab, and that's a big out, number 2 if you are Sheridan.
I think you're exactly right. You go get that one in the last half inning. If you can get a 0 right here, it gives yourself a chance with 6 outs remaining in this game. A lot can happen in 6 outs worth of baseball.
Nate Killian has done a great job against these post 6 batters, but now he's got to face Kostopoulos. First one to Kostopoulos, another great breaking ball that just drops right into the zone for strike 1.
He's got that pitch going. It's really good to see high school aged pitchers be able to flip those curveballs for strikes.
0-1, this one, line drive into left field, not having to move. Cody Kilpatrick, and great first full inning from Nate Killian. He retires, I believe, the first 4 batters he's faced, and it's a 4-run lead going into the bottom of the 6th. Post 6 up 5-1. This is the 2021 AA State Tournament on mylocalradio.com.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activity, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
'88 pitches thrown by the Cheyenne post 6 lefty, Trenton Rodriguez, and his squad on top 5-1 on the mylocalradio.com scoreboard. But Sheridan busted through in the bottom of the 5th. They went quickly in the top of the 6th, so maybe some momentum building for Sheridan. 88 pitches thrown by Onisto. There's 89. It's a ground ball in the gap between the first and second baseman. No one's there to cover the bag. The ball bounces off the bag, and it's a leadoff. I'm going to call that a single. I think he had him at least the tie. So a great run and a great leadoff by Dalton Nelson.
Yeah, that was a good job. And we saw yesterday Kostopoulos go get a ball that he ended up throwing in towards that post 6 dugout. The pitcher wasn't there in time. And I think that's when he just let through, let Hastings take it and make the play.
Here's Rich Hall. 0 for 2 on the day. Ground out to the pitcher and a strikeout. First pitch to Hall, outside part of the zone for strike 1. TK Stout has an awesome strike call voice. Sounds like the video game almost.
He does, and I'll give him credit. He's had a very good strike zone today, I would say,
very
all day
consistent.
long. Yes.
0-1 count. Swing and a miss for strike 2 for Hall. Caden Steele stands on deck. And that leadoff single for Sheridan could be big. Pitch to Hall, chopper at the third baseman. Lobmeyer throws the second. They'll get one on to first in time for the double play. Look at the throw by Lobmeyer. Hastings fires a bullet to Kostopoulos. And it's 2 down, nobody on in the bottom of the 6th.
When your pitcher's getting up towards that 105 mark, a double play, always a pitcher's best friend, but especially there.
Up the center, Kostopoulos, the black hole, goes to first, and it's a quick out, or excuse me, McAnally goes to first, and it's a quick out, number 3. Well, 6 down, 1 more scheduled. We'll see if that is the case. 5-1 Cheyenne. This is the 2021 AA State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com.
Do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy, so the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
Nate Killian has retired the last 4 Sixers he has faced. Really the only 4 Sixers he's faced. Sheridan's going to need him to do that here in the 7th to give themselves a shot as they trail by 4. And then the Bats have to have a big inning. No one has gotten 4 runs in an inning in this one. The closest thing is post 6 when they got 3 back in the 4th. And they've been quiet ever since. Nothing in the 5th, nothing in the 6th. We'll see how they do in the 7th.
Yeah, we were saying that it's had the feel of the Rock Springs games a little bit, but post 6 just hasn't been able to explode. Credit this Sheridan pitching staff.
Mason Tafoya, the center fielder, leads it off. First pitch from Killian. This one up the center, and a leadoff single for post 6.
And we saw that Killian was flipping that curveball over. I wonder if Tafoya didn't talk to a few of his teammates, and they said, hey, watch for that curveball first pitch, because Tafoya was ready for it, and he put it right back up the middle.
Killian wants a new ball, and I think he'll get it. Here comes Keldon Hastings. We saw what happened the last time he was at bat for post 6 late in the game. A run rule walk-off grand slam. It's not going to be a run rule game. We will go the full 7 as the first pitch to Hastings finds the zone. Good pitch by Nate Killian.
Yeah, that was a good job. Sometimes when you get one hit right back at you, especially on the first pitch of the inning, you're trying to get that pitch over for strike 1. You lose focus a little bit. Not there from Killian.
Killian sets at the belt and the 0-1. Outside, throw back to first by Nelson. Checking up on the runner. 1 ball, 1 strike to Keldon Hastings.
Tafoya, very good base runner at first, very good speed, so good job by Nelson. You want to do everything you can to keep him close. If you're the Troopers, you want to keep this lead, or deficit, I should say, right where it is.
This one, fly ball into right field. Rich Hall runs up, makes the grab for out number 1 in right field. And that'll put Tafoya back on first.
And that was one that it didn't look like Hall saw that right off the bat. He was kind of battling the sun setting over the stands here in Cowboy Field. And good job by Hall to find it and go get it.
Put the glove up right in front of his face so he could track it. That is so hard because the ball's white. It's up there a ways. You've got to track it. You lose it in the sun.
No worse feeling than looking up, knowing a ball's coming at you and not being 100% sure where it is.
Hayden Swain flew out to right field. First pitch misses, ball 1.
Swain looking to reach base for the 3rd time, got hit by a pitch and reached on an error in 2 of his 3 at-bats.
Runner on first, that's Mason Tafoya. This one hit down the third baseline. Good scoop and grab by Greer. Throw to second, third, got him. It's a close play, but they got him, and 2 down.
That was a really good pick by Trevor Stowe at second base. Greer kind of spiked that into the ground, and Stowe was able to keep his foot on the base and scoop it up.
That'll bring up Caden Anderson. Flew out to the shortstop last time up.
That was that one that nearly dropped in between the shortstop and center fielder. Cale Hamrick went back on it and made a good play in shallow center field.
Runner on first is still Mason Tafoya with a medium-sized lead. Here's the pitch outside. Tafoya thought about going, but he comes back. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Post 6, 3 outs away from playing in the game tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. That basically, when you look at it this way, they win today. They'll be 1 win away from guaranteeing themselves a spot in the state championship.
Absolutely, and that's the spot everybody wants to be in. Just a few outs away from putting themselves in that position.
This one up the alley between the shortstop and the third baseman. And post 6 gets a good single from Caden Anderson. Here comes Ty Lobmeyer. Lobmeyer worked a walk last time up. Runners on first and second with 2 down for the Cheyenne post 6 Sixers. Killian was cruising through the first inning and a third that he had as that one finds its own. Now it's kind of slowed down a little bit. 2 singles in this inning.
Something interesting about Ty Lobmeyer, came into this one hitting just .250, but he has a .466 on base percentage. He finds ways on.
0-1 misses, 1 ball, 1 strike. Killian will go from the stretch. Something we haven't seen very much is he's been very effective coming in relief. The 1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss at a fastball. Strike 2.
This would be huge if Killian could keep this score right where it is. 4 feels a lot more manageable than 5. If it's a 5-run lead, I think the Troopers could be in trouble.
Killian. 3's on the sign. A big pitch, the 1-2. This one popped up high in foul territory, but will it stay in play? No, it'll drop down in the stands. Luckily, no one around it hit the bottom step of the stand, so everybody's okay. But it goes down as a long strike. It'll hold 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And I was kind of having flashbacks to that Rock Springs game yesterday when the catcher slammed into the wall and made a play.
He did that again today.
Did he do it again today?
He didn't catch it, but he slammed into the wall. Hudson Garner, a name to look out for. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 down, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners on first and second. Top of the 7th. Cheyenne post 6 leads 5-1 on the mylocalradio.com scoreboard. And the pitch. This one, hot grounder at the third baseman. Good pick by Greer. Applies the tag to the runner passing. And they get out of the inning. Down by 4. Last chance for Sheridan to get into the game tomorrow night. It's 5-1, post 6. Sheridan up to bat after this in the bottom of the 7th at the 2021 AA State Tournament, live on mylocalradio.com.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tires, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
There's a reason Rocky Mountain Yeti is Southwest Wyoming's #1 dealer. Come in and see what all the buzz is about. Voted Best of Evanston by you. Best of Evanston in new car sales, used car sales, and Best of Evanston in service. We have the best selection of inventory in town, paired with our legendary 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Come see us today at one of our 2 locations, 100 Wasatch Road or Yeti on 3rd next to Walmart. Let us help get you on your next adventure today. Rocky Mountain Yeti, legend driven.
Bottom of the 7th, Sheridan with a shot. They trail by 4, and Travis Anisto will come in to try to finish the full game performance. He's been great today. 93 pitches thrown by Anisto.
He's just been awesome, and as we mentioned multiple times throughout this broadcast, he's gotten better as this game has gone along, which you don't see out of a ton of guys. You just mentioned 93 pitches. 59 of them have been strikes, so he's been pounding this strike zone. Just a hit by pitch, 2 walks. He's just been fantastic.
8-9-1. If you are the Sheridan Troopers, if you're a fan of them, that's who you need to come through to give you guys a chance. Nate Killian, the pitcher, leads it off 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. First pitch from Anisto. This one looking for somewhere to go. Sliding stop by Keldon Hastings. Throw over to first, and you can begin the countdown if you're post 6. 1 down, 2 to go.
Absolutely. The whole game, post 6, I know they talk about counting outs on the defensive end. Every out you get, you're 1 out closer to a victory, and they just need 2 more. That was a heck of a play by Hastings at second.
Cale Hamrick, single into right field last time up. He's 1 for 2 with a strikeout to add to that ledger. Pitch by Anisto. Outside part of the zone, strike 1. Good pitch that just goes in the middle, just a touch away from Hamrick. Anisto with the 0-1. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Invite you to stick around. After this game, we'll take a break. Then when we come back, we'll have Cullen Holt live in the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios to bring you the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming post-game show. Interesting to see what he's got to say about this one. 1-1 check swing, but it doesn't matter. It's right in there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Anisto with, how many strikeouts do we have for him?
6.
Would love to get 7 right here. The 1-2. And there's 7. This is a Major League ballpark. You'd see K, 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 K on the wall.
Absolutely, throw in a few backwards ones in there as well, and Onisto's just been fantastic as he looks to go the distance for the Sixers.
Cardi Doubly, the last hope for Sheridan. The pitch. Low part of the zone, strike 1. Reminder, winner of this game will play the winner of Gillette and Laramie tomorrow at 7 p.m. The loser will play the loser of that game at 1 p.m. The 0-1. This one up the center, and a diving attempt by McAnally. Not going to happen. It's a 2-out single for Dubberly. Here comes Michael Greer, who came around and scored last time up. We've seen 2-out rallies from this Troopers team all game. We saw it multiple times against Evanston yesterday morning. How poetic that they find themselves in this position.
Absolutely. McAnally saw Hastings make a sliding play, tried to one-up him right there, just out of the reach of McAnally.
First pitch to Greer. This one, fly ball into center field. Mason Tafoya makes the grab, and post 6 moves on in the winner's bracket. They'll play the winner of Gillette in Laramie tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. Sheridan gets Casper in an elimination game tomorrow at 1. It's going to be a great one. Your final score on the mylocalradio.com scoreboard. Cheyenne, post 6, 5. Laramie, 1. And Grant, before we throw it to break, to throw it to Cullen Holt, impressions on this one?
I think this was a much better game than the one post 6 played yesterday. I think they saw very quality arms and when it comes to Stone and Killian, and I think they're just doing their job right now. They're understanding, they're carrying the water, handing it to the next guy. And I think you're right. I think tomorrow night, whether it's Gillette or Laramie, it's going to be a fun one at Cowboy Field tomorrow evening.
Your final score, Cheyenne Post 6-5, Sheridan 1. Ty Lane and the boys looking to win another state championship as they take one step closer. That's your final score here on MyLocalRadio.com. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming postgame show live at the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios with Cullen Holt. 5-1 the final score. This is the AA state tournament live on MyLocalRadio.com.
The best cement comes from Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. They've been mixing cement for every type of job for generations. Major construction, road and bridge, cement blocks, foundations, sidewalks, curb and gutter, cement steps, septic tanks and water troughs. No job is too large or too small. Make sure you get the best quality cement available at the best prices. Always get your cement from Ellingford Brothers. Call today. Ellingford Brothers, we know cement. 307-789-1515. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less travel. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign.
Another good game, huh? Cheyenne takes care of business once again, and they move on after a 5-1 victory over the Troopers of Sheridan. Sheridan's still alive. These are not elimination games. We are on the winner's half of the bracket right now, and Cheyenne again wins this one 5-1 the final on that scoreboard. Thanks to Elon Olive and Grant Storbo from the Union broadcast booth with the call for that one, as Cullen Holt welcomes you into the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios. Everybody's got a reason to buckle up. What's yours? Let's go right to the highlights, shall we? This was a conference matchup. A couple of teams that had played 6 times already this season, 4 times in conference play. They know each other pretty well. Sheridan knows how good of a team Cheyenne is year after year, and this year is no different. Pick it up in the top of the second inning. Ty Lobmeyer at the plate. He puts the ball in play. Cheyenne takes care of the rest, and they pick up their first run of the day. Then Julian Romero with a sac fly, runner on, brings him home, and Cheyenne jumps out to an early 2-0 lead in the top of the second. Fast forward now to the 4th inning. Dominic Lopez going to work. He gets an RBI single. It was just the RBI singles, one after another for Cheyenne. They continue to build the lead, and we're going to talk about this Cheyenne defense in just a little bit. But there's Dominic Lopez, Coulter McAnally with an RBI single, and Mason Tafoya had one as well in this 4th inning. That would build a 5-0 lead for Cheyenne, and they did a pretty good job of protecting it, although Sheridan gets on the board in the bottom of the 5th. This is Cody Kilpatrick. We've seen him do some damage before in this tournament. Again, we'll roll the video from the bottom of the 5th. Cody Kilpatrick gets one back for Sheridan. The Troopers on the board, but it wouldn't quite be enough. Cheyenne, both pitching and defense in the field, took care of business. Let's play that double play from the 6th, because it just kind of shows just how good Cheyenne was on the defensive side of things. They go 5-4-3 to put out 2 in one play, and the pitch Sheridan and moving into the winner's bracket last game of the undefeateds tomorrow at 7 p.m. So they'll be in the night game and await the winner of Gillette-Laramie. When we come back, we'll look at the losers bracket. But for now, we'll bring it back to the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios. You're going to hear from the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition in a bit. After the break, we'll talk a little bit about single A baseball. We'll talk about what the losers bracket looks like. And we'll take a look at the last game of the day on this post-game show as well. I'm Colin Holt. We'll talk to you in just a moment.
I'm Kendall Roberts with the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition. Whether your car is a classic car or a new one, buckle up every time. Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
I buckle up because there's been too many fatalities around our house where somebody would have survived if they'd been wearing their seatbelt.
I definitely wear my seatbelt to keep him safe. I wear it just for safety.
I buckle up because my mom makes me.
I buckle up to set a good example for my kids and to make sure they stay safe.
Getting home safe to my family.
I buckle up because it keeps me safe. Go Pups, buckle up!
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
One more game left today. It's going to be a good one, but we just saw a great game not too long ago, as well as Cheyenne has a good all-around team victory, 5-1 over Sheridan. Season's not over for Sheridan yet. They could still make some noise, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did either. Let's take a look now at the losers bracket and where the Troopers will go. They'll face Casper tomorrow at the 1 p.m. game time. Sheridan, they beat Evanston on day one, then the loss to Cheyenne. Now they'll play Casper in that losers bracket. And Evanston's still waiting for the loser of the next game, which will be Laramie versus Gillette. So bring it back to the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios. That's going to be a really good game. I'm looking forward to that one. To hear all about the Gillette-Laramie game, which those two teams have played quite a bit as well. You just need to tune in 10 minutes before first pitch, so at 6:50, and we'll get you ready for that one with the pregame show from the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios. And we'll really break down that matchup as well. Let's check in on what's going on with single A baseball at the moment. We have a final score from the final game of the day. Cody, they stay unbeaten in the single A state tournament as they knock off Wheatland. The final score 11-1. The Cubs now with a chance to win the state championship tomorrow at 11 a.m. as they play the Cheyenne Hawks. If Cheyenne wins, those two teams will play for the third time this tournament, and that game will be a winner-takes-all for the state championship. So lots of intrigue going on at the single A level. Double A, we've got a lot of good games as well. Final from this last game that we just saw on mylocalradio.com, Cheyenne 5, Sheridan 1. Cheyenne advances. They will be one of the last two unbeatens, and those guys will play against each other. It'll be the winner of Laramie-Gillette. Sheridan plays Casper tomorrow in the losers bracket, and the loser of Laramie-Gillette will play Evanston. Hopefully, that all makes sense to you. It's all starting to come together at the Double A State Wyoming American Legion Baseball Tournament. Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios. Everybody's got a reason to buckle up. What's yours? Let's look again at the 307 Coaches and Media poll. 307 Baseball Coaches and Media poll. Cheyenne 1, Sheridan 2. It was a close game between the top two teams in the poll. We're going to see 4 versus 5 a little bit later. Casper is still alive in the losers bracket at 3. Just a lot of good teams still with a chance to get a state championship and bring that back home. So I'm looking forward to seeing how things play out. One more game tonight, then we'll be right back to work tomorrow. Don't forget, we'll be back to preview that Laramie-Gillette game. 6:50 is when pregame starts for that. Then we'll be back after that game ends for a quick post-game show. And then later tonight, we'll have our second day of the 307 Baseball Recap Show where we get into all of the matchups. Final scores from earlier today with that Evanston Rock Springs matchup. That was a 13-0 victory for the Outlaws of Evanston. Casper, they ran it up on Jackson, 23-1 the final there. And then the game you just saw, 5-1. Cheyenne also joins the winners of the day. Laramie Gillette is next. Pregame show starts at 6:50. We'll talk to you guys then.